And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have just finished our first quest, our intro quest on Dungeons and Dragons Online. So, we've stepped outside of the quest, and this is where we ended up. Now, you can see a couple things. We have our quests again. We're not inside a quest, but we can look here and it tells us what we need to do. It says look for Kaja in the Korthos graveyard. So again, I'm going to go ahead and make that so that it's not taking up the whole screen there. So if we look, we are now outside in a town area. This is Korthos, the starting village where you would start at. If we press M to open up our map, we can see a couple things here on the map. If you move your mouse over them, it will tell you who or what they are. So this is Kaja here in the graveyard. This arrow here is us. You see these little leaf things. These are where trainers are. Trainers allow you to level your character when you have enough experience points, and also let you reset different things on your character. You also have the mug icon, which is a tavern. Taverns are places where you can get healing items to heal in. It also has increased regeneration while you're in a tavern. This is a hireling vendor. We'll see that in a minute. There's a general vendor where you can sell things and buy basic items. And then over here is another area we can go to, Stormreach, which is the main city. And over here is Korthos Island Wilderness area. So we'll see all those in a little bit. Let's close that. Another thing you'll notice is over here on my character icon that has my life and everything, there's a little symbol here that says we have mail. That's because I sent a guild invitation to this character from the guild that I have with my other characters. So when we get to a mailbox, we'll be able to open that and see what that's all about. And we also have this here, which is called an action point. Now, because pen and paper RPGs levels are kind of take a while to get to, on DDO they have these things called action points. And with those you can buy enhancements for your characters. Those are kind of in between level upgrades that your character can get. If you look down here, it has our experience bar. We're level 1, rank 2. So these little icons here tell us as we rank up. We only have rank 1 right now, so we're working on our rank 2. That's what we're on right now. I need 1600 XP to get that. Now I can click on, well, not click on the action point, but I can go down here to my main menu, and I can click on enhancements to spend that action point. Now, this brings up the enhancement trees. Every enhancement tree has your racial enhancement tree, that depends on your race, and then your class enhancements. Now, we've got Knight of the Chalice, Sacred Defender, and if we click this arrow, it looks like that's all that we have as a paladin. So paladins only have 2 class enhancement trees. So these are all things that you can spend action points on as you level up. Let's see what we can spend it on right now. So we can do human versatility. You can select racial action boosts that share a number of uses per rest but are not linked with class action boosts. So we could do something like this that will increase attack or damage or defense, or one of these things, saves, skills, and spell power. We could also gain additional benefits when fighting undead or evil outsiders. Or we could gain 1 hit point and 1 positive energy spell power for each action point you spend in this tree. Now, these are always, you can reset them. So if you don't like the way your character's running, you can reset them and try a different set. I'm going to go ahead and do Holy Bastion, because I think I'm going to go with a Sacred Defender on this. So I'll click Accept. I can close that out. And now if I open up my character, so I can open up character with C or by going into the menu. This is our character sheet. It has all of our stats that we picked at the beginning. It also tells us hit points, spell points, our armor class, which is kind of like our defense, and it will break it down for us if we hold our mouse over it. Our different saves also break it down for you. Spell resistance, fortification, resistances, all of these things. We also have our skills, which again we bought earlier. the feats that our character has. So some of these feats you get just for creating your character, other ones you pick as you go through it. Spells, we don't have any yet. Enhancement, so we have that Holy Bastion. And crafting, for crafting levels, and we don't have any of those yet. So anyway, there's a couple things that you can use. Let's go ahead and talk to Randall. Now, where did you come from? I guess it doesn't matter. I am Randall the Traveler. This is Korthos village, and it's going through hard times. What hard times, you say? Why don't you have a look around the village and find out for yourself? So there's a tutorial how to bind your character. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you fall in battle, you return to the last place you bound your spirit at. Characters who can bind your spirits have the Spirit Binder title beneath their names. Every tavern has a Spirit Binder inside. So find the Spirit Binder inside the Wavecrest Tavern and ask him to bind you. Okay, I'll go look for the Spirit Binder. So before we do the first quest over here with Kaja, let's go ahead and bind our spirit. So we're going to run over here. And again, if you look on our little mini map, I'm running to the tavern icon. And we'll go into the Wavecrest Tavern. Alright, so in the tavern, you can see that the mini-map doesn't really give you an inside map, but it's not a very large area. So if you look in here, there's this guy here, there's the bartender, Sigmund. Now you see how he has an empty chalice, that means he has a quest, but we can't get it yet. There's a master skirmisher, and the spirit binder, so let's talk to him. Welcome to Korthos, or what's left of it. I am Brother Malden. I used to preach, but these days few will listen. Is there something you need? If I fall in battle, can you bring me back? So this is how we bind our spirit. Yes, even in the darkest times, the struggle must go on. I can bring you back from the great beyond if your work here is not done. Do you want me to resurrect you here at the Wavecrest from now on? Yes, I want to be resurrected here. Alright, so we've set this as our location. If we die and we want to resurrect, we will come back into this tavern. So now let's go back out. Now there are a couple other things on the map that I wanted to point out to you. The hireling vendor. Now this right here is a solo player's best friend, the hireling vendor. If you are not playing a class that can heal yourself, you can go to a hireling vendor and you can hire help. So you can hire characters that you can summon to help you as you go through quests in wilderness areas. Now, usually, if you're not a healer or you can't heal yourself, you'll want to get a cleric. So I'm going to go ahead and I'd like to buy a cleric, but as you can see, I can't afford it. So for now, let's put that back and let's go over to the general vendor. So general vendors you can sell anything to. So I would like to trade. So this brings up a shop screen. So there's a couple little tabs up here. There's repair. That lets us repair damage done to our items. Buy back if you sold anything that you didn't mean to. There's the buy. And he sells just general goods. And then there's also the sell. So all we have to sell are the 20 arrows. So let's go ahead and sell that. Now while you're in an inventory, you can also pull up other things here. So let's see what else we have. We got a shield from the quest, so let's equip that. So now my character has a shield. I can click shift to block. That increases my chance of blocking an attack. I also have a battle-worn breastplate, so let's put on the armor. So armor always takes a little while to equip, so that you can't just change armor in the middle of a battle without risk to yourself. Now you can also tell that changed the way my character looks. He's no longer naked. He has armor on. There's a ring of water breathing. If we equip that, if you have an item that has a spell or an ability on it, like this one has water breathing, you can always drag that down to your hotbar, and you can use it from your hotbar. And then we also have this longsword here that we're going to equip because it has the fire damage to it. Now this is a starter item, which means you can't sell it, so I'm just going to drag it off the screen and destroy it. Now if we look, we do not have enough money still to buy a hireling, so I'm just going to close out of there, close out of the shop. Since I can't buy a hireling right now, I'm going to have to do my first quest without a hireling. So let's go talk to Kaja and see what she has to say. If you look on your map, she has a check mark above her. That means that she's a quest that we should be going to. Okay. Otherwise, you have the chalices, which are quests that we can pick up. So let's talk to Kaja. I swear to Sybaris, there's unholy wailing coming from Heyton's family crypt. No one wants to check on it for fear of the Sahagin and their cronies. Cronies? I think it's cronies. That doesn't seem right. Cronies. But what could they want with Heyton's crypt? Oh dear, why won't anyone go down there and see? Alright. They've cowed the village, but not me. So when you pick up a quest, you'll get a glowing icon on your map. So again, if you open that up, you see how it's a glowing door. That means that's the quest that you just picked up. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, when you go into a quest, if it's your first time playing, the only thing you'll have available is the casual difficulty or the normal difficulty. Now, casual difficulties will be easier than normal, but you'll get a reduced XP. Normal is what you want to start with, most cases, and then you can redo quests on harder difficulties in order to gain more XP. Each time you do a quest on a difficulty for a first time, you get a bonus to your XP. So we'll enter the Heyton family crypt. So once we've loaded in here, I'll show you the XP guide, I guess. I don't know really what you would call it, but it tells you how much XP you're currently earning for the quest. You'll get your little quests over here once you get to your first one. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I must have turned off the sound earlier. Let's turn that back on. There we go. Close. Now we should have sound again. Make sure the volume's up. There we go. Now we got our sound. I apologize, I didn't realize that was off. Okay, so we've got our sound again. Now if you press X, it brings up the experience report. That's what it's called. So it breaks down the quests. So we're on level 1 normal. The base XP is 313. There's some optionals here. For the first time completing normal, we get a bonus of 25%. And all experience is scaled because of an event going through at 10%. And this is the first time playing through today, so it's 20%. We also get a 10% because we haven't re-entered the quest and we haven't died, so we get another 10%. So right now we're earning 484. If you look, we can get more XP by killing monsters, disabling traps, finding secret doors, and breaking breakables. Let's go ahead. What are you doing here? I haven't seen you before. You're new to Korthos. Well, you should go back to the village. This crypt is falling apart. You could trip on some rubble and hurt yourself. The villagers are talking about strange noises down here. I'm going to investigate. Let me pass. Fine. Don't come crying to me after you trip in the dark and break your neck. Alright, so let's enter.
Strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open. You notice something strange about the wall to the west. If you search the wall, you may discover more.
Okay, so if you pass a spot check, and that will happen automatically, you may be able to search out hidden items. So I'll click my search. Now, if you search and nothing appears, it means that you failed your search check. So my search is not high enough to be able to find the secret door. Now, I know there is one here, but I can't find it. There's some people. Let's see if they're friendly. Nope. So these look like cultists, so we'll kill them.
What were those cultists up to? A treasure chest glimmers in the dark passage here.
Alright, so we're going to click on the chest.
Though rusty, this longsword is still sharp. It's a slashing weapon, perfect for slicing through putrid zombie flesh
it's rusty.
that would resist puncturing or bludgeoning weapons.
And it's starter, which means I'm not going to be able to sell it. So I'm not going to worry about picking it up because I can't even sell it. Now there's a guy over here. There's also a door here. So let's go through the door. Alright, let's see.
There's a Sahuagin in here.
let's take him
performing
out.
some kind of ritual.
Come, dead son of Korthos, rise and do my bidding.
I think I killed him
The
before he
Sahuagin
raised.
were using this vile devourer altar to create undead. This
Creepy.
must not be allowed to continue.
Okay, so I can destroy the altar.
A magical crest appears from the destroyed altar.
Oh,
If you take it with you, it may be useful later.
so there's a crescent
Continue
there, so
to
I
hear
clicked on that and
cultists
took
about their
it.
evil work from further inside the crypt.
So while we're going through this quest, I'll point out a couple other things down on our hotbar here. These are different abilities. This ability is called Sunder, and it can decrease a target's armor class, which makes them easier to hit. If you use it and you get that shield breaking there, that means that it landed. This here is a trip. I can also trip enemies, that makes them easier to hit as
As
well.
you slay these foul cultists, take care to keep your own health up.
So those everyone can get. I think most
Another
everyone can
treasure
get.
chest. Perhaps the cultists brought it here. This heavy mace is a bludgeoning weapon.
Another starter, so we're
ideal
going to
for
just go ahead
smashing
and close
apart
that.
skeletons. Their bones are resistant to puncturing or slashing weapons.
Alright. There's also Smite Evil.
There's another Sahuagin.
This is a special
croaks.
attack.
Crag Wolf Heyton, in life you served the light.
So
These
that
devourer
smited
altars
evil, it
will
did extra
create a
damage
blight
to
of
them.
undead upon Korthos.
Break
Another
this
crest
one.
drops out as you smash
There's
the
another
altar.
crest.
There
We'll grab
might
that.
still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
So you can see, in general, they kind of guide you through these early quests. In later ones, you'll kind of have to explore and figure out what you need to do on your own. Here's some more guys. Alright, so I'm just holding down my mouse button to keep swinging. I mean, you can keep swinging individually, but holding it down just keeps it swinging. Alright, so there are our shrines. Again, we talked about those. You can heal or regenerate there. Now these can be broken, so I'll break them because breakables can give you a bonus. If you check that experience report, we've broken 4 breakables. And there's some copper. Alright, a couple more guys up here. Alright, let's get that guy. In general, you want to take out spellcasters first if you can. Alright, and here's another door.
In the middle of this chamber
Alright.
is an evil devourer altar.
Well, let's
By
take
it,
out this
the
guy.
Sahuagin rumbles. For the Sahuagin's plan must have been to use these devourer altars to animate every... When the altar collapses, a third
And
crest
a
appears.
third crest. There we go.
It glows with cold
So,
magic.
we've got 3 crests from breaking those. Let's go back up. A couple things we missed here. We passed this area, so let's see what's in here. Another chest.
A check. There's something odd on the
Uh-oh.
wall. Possibly dangerous.
So we got another spot
If you
check.
search,
So let's search.
you may be able to find out more.
I didn't see anything. Let's try again. Nope. So I don't see anything, but I know something's there because I passed my other check. Let's move forward a little bit more. And see.
Acid sprays
There we
out
go.
of the wall
There's a trap.
as the gate slams shut.
And the gate closed behind me. So that trap, sometimes traps only go off once. Sometimes they go off more than once. It depends. I'm going to try to get this chest without getting hit. So these things are not bound, so let's loot all. So that just added it to my inventory. Now there's a lever. Let's see what that does. Open that gate. Let's see what's over here. Looks like more breakables, so let's go ahead and break those. Now, you'll want to break all the breakables in quests so that you can get the bonus to your experience. And over here looks like the back of the hidden door I couldn't find from the entrance. Let's go ahead and go back because I don't want to run all the way around again. Again, if we check the experience report, we've broken 12 breakables and we've killed 18 monsters, which means that we are getting a bonus 10% XP from that. So kill monsters and break things. Let's go back because I think we passed up something else. Yes, over here. So right now this door is
magical barrier
shielded,
blocks the way.
but we
and
got
behind
3
it,
sockets.
Another
We picked up 3
Sahuagin
crests.
performs unholy rituals. You fit the last crest in place.
Alright.
And the magic shield
More
dissipates.
breakables. So while these guys are over
The
there, I'm going to
Sahuagin
break all these
inside
things.
Spits out in a venomous voice. These fools who would keep Korthos shall be consumed by the devourer.
Oh,
Looking
there we
down
go.
at a
Now I've got a
corpse on the
mischief
altar.
bonus, which gives
The
me another
Sahuagin
8%.
says,
And you, dead hero of Heyton blood, shall be the devourer's
Kill
teeth.
these guys. Keeping an eye on my health there. I've only lost 20 HP. Alright. And now for the altar.
Your bold actions
There we
saved
go.
Korthos and brought the
So we've got all
Sahuagin's
of
fell
our-
scheme to naught. The treasure chest
All
in
the
the
different
antechamber
options for this
is
quest.
now
We've got all
yours.
the optionals. So at the end of quest, usually there's a chest or some sort of reward. So a couple different things here. Now if you come across an item with an X on it like this, it means you can't wear it for some reason or another. This one says we can't wear it because it's required for, we have to be a Warforged. But we can still loot it and sell it. Now you can either run all the way to a quest entrance if possible, or click finish when you're done and it will recall you out of the quest. So there you go. There's the first quest for Korthos. Join us next time when we get out of here and go to our second quest. When you finish that quest, make sure that you turn it back in to Kaja. So you'll tell her what happened there, and then she'll offer you a reward. So take whichever reward that you want, and then...
Some of the braver villagers tried to stem the
And
Sahuagin
then
tide.
you'll be
but
done
their
with the
courage
quest.
led to
You
naught
can
but
always talk
grievous
to her again
injuries.
to repeat it and do it on a harder
Korthos needs
difficulty
someone
once you've
with
beaten
more
it.
than just
So if we
guts.
wanted to, we could beat it on hard and elite later on. So until next time, play some games, watch other videos, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you later.